Good morning, beautiful people. How are you today? Today is another podcast of supporting local businesses and giving you some information from myself and my guest, and most importantly, having fun. And today, my podcast guest is Claudia Neal-Shaw. She is a wedding celebrant. But let me tell you a little bit of her story. She is a lawyer turned wedding celebrant. Oh, probably being a lawyer a bit too stressful. So she turned wedding celebrant based in Sydney. Her business of love, the Love Diaries, I love the name, is all about creating hilarious and meaningful ceremonies for couples looking to take the leap into marriage. She's a natural connector and storyteller, sharing her message of love with the audiences from as little as 5. I mean, we know that during the pandemic lockdown, we're only allowed 5 in a wedding, to 1,000. She facilitates legal wedding ceremonies for all kinds of couples across Australia, as well as vow renewals, baby naming ceremonies, emceeing, and funerals. Oh, so quite a diverse sort of service she has. Her motto is to spread romance and sparkle wherever she goes. I love it. So welcome, Claudia.
Oh, thank you so much, Ingrid. I'm so excited to be on the podcast with you this morning and also officially introduce you, our host. And so, Ingrid, you're the founder, relationship coach, and chief relaxation officer, which I absolutely love that name. You've been a relationship coach for 11 years and a spa therapist for 21 years, mainly in 5-star hotel day spas in Sydney. I mean, I think we all need a spa right now.
Yeah.
So you're used to looking after thousands of highly stressed clients from all over the world. But now you practice in your studio from 5Doc and from clients' homes, offices, and hotel rooms, but also online, which is so important right now. And your work has always been focused on stress, relaxation, and relationships. And as I definitely know, you're a kind soul, always seeking to reach out to support the healing process for a lot of different stressed people, broken, lonely-hearted singles, stressed-out parents, and loving couples that cross your path. You also do one-to-one coaching sessions, group workshops, and wellness at work programs for companies to create better engagement and harmony for their team members. So, round of applause for you, our host.
Oh, thank you very much for the lovely introduction. So, Claudia, my first question to you is, what is your why? Why do you do what you do?
I love that question because I think asking yourself your why is the reason that you get up in the morning and what energizes you when you wake up. And for me, being a celebrant is all about human connection and being part of the most intimate and joyful experiences between two humans. And so it's really about being able to tell a story that accurately represents this couple to their family and friends who have known them for many years. And in the end, it's very much about connection. Human connection is what energizes me, what motivates me to deliver a really great service, and in turn continue to spread sparkle and love. So Ingrid, tell me, what's your why in your role every day?
Right. So I came from a rather dysfunctional family in Indonesia. So my parents were very religious, and the lessons that I learned from them is how not to communicate with my partner, and how shame and guilt and living yourself through your child could be so damaging. So that's what I learned from my upbringing. And so I left Indonesia to marry my ex-husband. Unfortunately, it was an abusive relationship. So after 10 years, I left. But I regret nothing because I learned so much. I didn't learn this stuff in high school. So I'm so grateful with my ex, and throughout my healing journey to heal myself, I went to see a couple of therapists. I went to several self-development seminars, and also went back to college to study counseling and life coaching. Wow. And straight away, I knew that I would be a coach, not a counselor, and my niche would be in relationship. So now I am happily married to my second husband, hopefully my last, for for 12 years, and I have two cute kids. They're naughty but cute. And then, unfortunately, during that era of having kids, I fall into pre and postnatal depression. So um, you know that I have been through hell and back, so to speak, because with my divorce, I lost everything, material, but then I got myself back. So that's the most important thing. That's the main thing. So now I am here, so passionate to help others, couples especially, to support them, inspire them, because if I have been in the rock bottom, they can come out the other way as well and have the life that they deserve.
Fantastic. I love that. And it's such a, I think so many choices that we make are as a result of our upbringing or the experiences that we've gone through. So thank you for sharing that. That's amazing.
Oh, my pleasure. So the next question I would love to ask you is, what are the 3 tips that you can share with us about the business of love?
The business of love. It's so interesting because love is such a personal thing. It's a universal human experience for everybody. And so being in the business of love and being a wedding celebrant, and that being my actual job, there's so many ways that you can continue to convey love, but also be able to do it as a job. So for me, your smile and the way that you communicate your message is so crucial. And what I find is when I'm on the phone or when I'm in person, that being able to smile, people can hear that smile through the phone. And so I very much almost like your smile is your business card. It's the first thing that people see when they see you in person, but they can also hear it on the phone. And it also changes your voice. Right now I'm smiling and you can hear it, but if I stop smiling, your mouth closes, you're not able to project that sound. So it's very much a structural thing as well. My second tip is that, listening has been my greatest asset. And I think that I'm a talker. I love I think you and we both love talking. And actually learning to listen properly and really hear what people are going through and understand how you can support them. It has become the greatest tool in my business toolkit to really listen out for those key words where I can intercept, whether it's people saying, gosh, this process of getting married has been incredibly stressful, or we saw another wedding celebrant at a wedding and these were the things we really didn't like. And so they're giving me that insight very quickly. And if I listen to that and take that on board, I'm able to then customize my delivery to them. And my last tip is that passion leads purpose. If you are passionate about what you do, it then contributes to your greater purpose and the reason that you're on this earth. And for me, the reason that I believe that I'm here is that I have a passion for storytelling and connection. And that leads my purpose, which is to facilitate those meaningful ceremonies for couples, Australia and worldwide. So those are my 3 helpful tips.
Oh, wow. So you do not just Australia, but worldwide. How do you do that?
So as a celebrant, legally, you can only marry people in Australia. And that means that the legal paperwork and the signing on the dotted line has to happen in Australia.
Right.
But for many couples who are wanting to have destination weddings, or maybe one couple is from overseas, what they'll often do is have a small legal ceremony in Australia. Then they will have the destination wedding overseas, where they'll also have me facilitating that ceremony there. So there's amazing experiences available for being a celebrant, both locally and also internationally.
Oh, wow. How very tempting, because I love travel and you can sort of like mix the 2 together.
Yeah, absolutely. It's definitely a benefit of it. But Ingrid, I would love to know, your own 3 tips for, being in a great relationship, particularly during, this isolation period, but also I think tips that people can take moving forward and how to have a really great positive relationship.
Definitely, definitely. Lately, I've been realizing that, well, tip number one is be aware of your addiction, right? So, right at this minute, everyone is, told to stay at home. But then moving forward, I think you really can relate to this. Everyone has their own addiction, so to speak.
Yes.
Um, this morning, my husband and I just discussed that, oh, actually, I just realized that I have addiction to my mobile device, right? So even though we're 24/7 in this house, but we're not really connecting because we're onto our devices. So yeah, which is a great revelation for him, that he is willing to admit that, and by being aware, number one, being aware, then you can do something about it. You
Yes.
can make the change first. You need to be aware first, but then in our case that's probably the mobile device, but in other people's case maybe drinking. You stock up so much alcohol at home, so you just go to your cellar or go to your fridge and just pop another one. Maybe eating. So many people go to the fridge, go
Right.
for.
Particularly in isolation right now, it's
Yeah.
drinking, mobiling. What's next?
Right, that's right. If not the fridge, well, just call Uber Eats, right?
Yeah.
Um, and gambling. My husband just said the other day, "Oh my God, look at the ad for the gambling industry." I guess, well, I suppose um, the gambling industry need to promote their services as well, because pub is no longer open, TAB is no longer open, so they need to promote through TV. And then online shopping, well, I can relate to that. Yeah.
Me too. I'm a professional. I'm a professional online shopper.
Online shopper. So definitely you need to set your boundaries in your addiction, whatever that addiction may be. And the tip number two is to create a romantic ambience.
Nice.
So set your candles, even though you can't really go to fine dining restaurant, just, have dinner at home, put some candles on, nice music on, create that romantic ambience, which can lead to number three is to make mind-blowing love with your partner.
The top 3 tips. I love it. We're saving the best till last.
I much prefer having the trend of babies 9 months down the track than divorces 9 months down the track.
Smart.
If I can prefer. So those are my 3 tips.
Fantastic.
So people, now I ask Claudia to give me true or false statements. So let us have fun and guess which one is the true statement from Claudia. She said, number one, I had to marry my boyfriend to my best friend. Number two, I can secretly sing like Beyonce. Oh,
Which one is it, Ingrid?
I know. Number one sounds very juicy, so I will go with number one. Is your true answer? I had to marry my boyfriend to my best friend. Yeah, a bit confused about that.
It's so true. And I will
Yeah.
tell you, when I was doing my celebrant training,
Yep.
you have to do all of these practical exercises to be able to demonstrate that you are a competent celebrant. They can kick you off. And so
Yes.
naturally, I had to do a lot of role play and rope in my boyfriend, my family, my friends. And during a particular fake wedding ceremony, I had to marry my current boyfriend
Yeah.
to my best friend. And that was hilarious. They couldn't stop laughing. We had to do, maybe 10 different takes to do it. And we still laugh about it to this day because it was just such an absurd experience. But I got a high mark for it and I passed the course and here I am today. So it was all worth it in the end.
Oh, that's great. I can only imagine what the fake wedding vows were.
Oh, yeah, that's it. Written by me for the couple. So
Okay.
It's too funny. But Ingrid, I would love to know, I saw your true and false statements and these are hilarious. So
Okay.
your first one was Ingrid did a Brazilian wax for Rihanna. And number 2, Ingrid did a Manzilian wax for Mel B's bodyguard. I mean, either of these are super juicy. And gosh, I mean, the Rihanna one is amazing, but I'm thinking, gosh, Rihanna probably has like a top secret waxer who no one knows about. So I'm going to go with number 2, the Manzilian wax for Mel B's bodyguard. Which one is true?
The true answer is actually number 1.
No.
Yes.
You did not. You did a Brazilian wax for Rihanna.
For Rihanna, that's correct. But I had to wait for hours and hours just outside her room to get in because, you know, there's so many protocols. She was in a meeting and so on. So I just waited outside with my trolley.
Oh my goodness.
It was my first day working in a 5-star hotel. And guess what? I was assigned Rihanna as my client.
That is a great story.
Yes. But the thing is with the Manzilian thing, no, I did Mel B. I did Mel B's treatment, but not her bodyguard. But the true story is I can do Manzilian. That's one of my... That's one of my unique abilities.
But there is no end to your talents, Ingrid. They are bound. You were gifted and talented in many ways.
It's not so many therapists would want to do Manzilian, but I have no qualms. You know, I've seen many penises. Penises are penises. Let's just do them.
You're a professional.
And I enjoy doing them.
Oh, that's so funny.
Thank you so much for your answers. And so yeah, now we're coming to the end. So thank you so much, beautiful people, for watching and listening to our collaboration. We hope that you learn a thing or two about practical things that you can do to make your current living situation better and more fun, perhaps about your business as well. I mean, good tips from Claudia there. Smile is so important, just pure human connection. And when you smile on the phone for your business, very, very good. So we hope that you understand that our expertise are, you know, in celebrancy. So whether it's wedding, whether it's funeral or vow renewals, she can do that. Connect more with Claudia, definitely. And if you need some help with your stress, especially if you're loving couples, connect with me. Our links will be on the post. So you are most welcome to stalk us online. You are allowed. Just stalk us. Don't give us threats, but you can stalk us. No problem. I look forward to connect with you next time, beautiful people. I have more informative, uplifting, and fun chat just like this, because I really believe that this is the perfect time for us to connect. So keep well and lots of love. Bye, Claudia.
Thanks, Ingrid. Bye.